Hello and welcome to ARL Division 3 Novice Division Week 6 at Spain. We've got another doozy here to serve up for you tonight. Be much better than any nonsense you saw on the weekend with George Russell and Max Verstappen, so stay tuned. And I'm joined here in the box with a fan favourite, new face on the block. It's Fluxy. Good to have you here, mate.
Yeah, good to be here. It's going to be a good night, I think. It's going to be some good racing going on, so see how it goes, I think.
Yeah, well, we're already starting. I hope I've given everyone long enough to see the driver's standings there. Can't be bothered going through them too many
Yeah.
times. We'll cut straight over to live action. I think we've got Reblets and Ichuri already out on the map. We're gonna put some quick times on the board. And my normal insider for pit lane information is actually you, Fluxy. So I don't know how I'm going to find
Yeah.
out if we've got rain on the radar tonight.
I was just thinking that myself. I was just going to think who's going to find out about the rain tonight, so.
So if anyone's sitting there feeling pretty empathetic in the chat, if you'd like to let us know what the odds are of some rain, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, it'd be good to know, I think. It'd be interesting to see. I think a wet race will be interesting to mix it up a bit for these drivers, especially because Taz is so far ahead at the moment, so good
Yes,
to
I've
mix it
heard
up.
Taz has been putting in some serious practice. We're expecting some quick times, and he's out on the mediums at the moment, so maybe thinking he's got the pace to do it on the harder compound.
He did tell me before the race he was thinking about trying to start on the mediums like Joe did last night, so see how he goes, I think.
See if he's got
Same
it,
as
yeah.
Reblitz on the mediums
Yeah,
as well.
Reblet's feeling bold as well, so could be in for a bit of a battle here. And up the road, I think that's already Tazza looking to leave. He's going to be first off the block.
Oh,
Uh,
Tazza, is it?
looks like it, yeah. Oh no, there's someone ahead of him.
It's Red Bull. Snooty.
Yeah, yeah, I'm miles behind. Uh, trying to figure out my cameras and my numbers.
The classic shift button, isn't it?
Yeah, but turns out right shift doesn't work, I just learned, so you gotta use left shift.
Oh, right. Well, obviously, Shinuti's purple sector one, being the first one out there, so.
It's always a good sign when you don't go green on the first sector of the qualifying.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a bad look, wouldn't it?
It would, and Churi's leaving the session there. I think they're showing a
Yeah.
disconnect. I didn't see any DNFs flash up.
I don't think he's come out of the pits yet, so
Okay,
he's
that's a
still in
good
the
sign.
pits, so I think it's just some
And look at
connectivity
this
issues.
Shanuti now coming up into traffic. Is that the gardener there getting in the way a little? It's a Mercedes for sure,
Oh,
and
and
that's going to
Shinuti's
be an
gone wide
abandoned
as
lap for
well.
Shanuti.
Oh,
Yeah, so
he,
let's see who
he
that
just
was. It
hasn't
looks like
moved
it was
for him.
SGN. Yeah, I think he didn't
SVM.
realise that was a hot lap. Shanuti going out very early, and SGN just parked in the way. I think no idea what he's just done. Sure, I didn't mean to, but it's probably not a
They
good one
got
to
both.
catch on camera.
Both the Alpines are following each other. Could there be a tow going on too?
Wouldn't surprise me.
You got Tazza behind, so.
Yeah, and Tazza getting a little bit
Ooh,
wobbly through that final corner as Unholy Risen stepping up from last night. Takes P1
yeah.
and Tazza on the mediums takes it straight back off him, almost a second quicker.
Yeah, 1.2 faster. I mean, it shows. The practice we were just talking about that Taz has been putting
It
in definitely shows. So,
does, yeah. It's, yeah, plenty of guys on softs popping up behind her, but no one really within a half a second still. Ames goes P2 now.
Ames P2, yeah. And then we got the Taris coming up now, both Xander and Manatin.
Um,
Oh, no, they're starting their hot lap,
that's
sorry.
starting to hold up. So good. We've got a Haas coming up. That can't be. That must be Rudiger's. P2 last season in the Division 3 Rudigers.
Yeah,
Had
it
a bit
takes
of a
P2 here right now, too. So,
yeah. He's got the pace. He's had a bit of an inconsistent start to the season. Looks like he might be back on form tonight.
yeah, hopefully it'll be good to see Rudy back up there. I mean, he was such a fan favourite last season between him and battle with Xander, so good to see him back up there and battling again.
And old mate James takes P3. Old mate has found some pace lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, considering he's been MIA for about a week now, it's good to see him back and actually being here now. So,
Well, the break hasn't done him too much damage, and
yeah,
Shinuti there finally gets to set his lap and goes P2.
goes
Nearly as quick as
P2, yeah.
Tazza, but he's still got that tyre disadvantage or advantage to
Yeah.
offset.
Yeah, I mean, well, those we all know how fast the softs drop off here. So those, oh, and Ames takes the P1.
Yeah, he does. So Ames got some pace we didn't know about. It's good to see. A man of tin
A man of
goes
10.
faster
Now
again.
Xander.
And I
Xander
cannot
P7.
find the right person.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you only log on just prior to the race. Can only find people in the pits. Alright, let's just watch Xander do an outlap for a moment while I get my head on.
We've got the Ferrari coming across. Ayrton coming up from Academy tonight takes P10 for
Yeah,
118.8.
right behind sneaky Kev the Gardener in 9th place. We don't see him in the top 10 qualifying often, so and ahead of his teammate as well.
Yeah.
It's a mix-up in the Mercedes team.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Maybe SGN just had a bit of a wobbly lap, so could definitely improve that. I think a
Yeah,
lot more than what he could usually.
yeah, I would have thought SGN's got a bit more in the tank. And we've got a couple of guys. Salty choosing to go out a little bit later for his hot lap. Sorry, out
Yeah,
lap now.
he's only the only one on outlap now, so
Yeah, may as well give him a watch.
watch him on his fine outlap here.
See that technique, magnificently warming the tyres. Um, yeah, looks like most of the people out on an in-lap
Churi's
today
come
are
back.
all blank. The jury is back, yeah. Hopefully we'll see him setting a lap in a minute.
Yeah, definitely need to get out there and set their first laps now. I think
Yeah,
coming into towards the end of the sort of the first lap stint for it.
always nice to have a banker on the board.
Definitely, definitely. No matter how slow it is, as long as you have that banker there, better than having nothing.
And it's not an awful bet that someone might DNF in practice. We see it in quali. We see it occasionally, so you know, 3-minute lap still better than a DNF.
I mean, Div 2 is definitely known for that,
Long
so
bumper plate, yeah. And here we go. Salty rounds the final corner and he's off on his hot lap. DRS open. Better luck than Max Verstappen.
yeah, that was interesting, wasn't it, on the race on the weekend?
It was. I enjoyed it because it made for the best battle I've seen all season. But maybe not the best, but it was a great battle.
Oh, Georgie, the way he
Yeah,
defended him did so well.
yeah, I love to see it. And don't know. It's if the Red Bull and Ferrari were about a second slower, the whole field would be so tight. It would be
Oh,
fantastic.
it'd
And
be tight.
is that a purple sector there?
It
Salty going
was
for
a
purple
purple.
sector one,
Yeah.
so he
He
saved
did
the
go a
rest of
bit
the
wide out of
blast.
turn 4,
Yeah,
so
might have
he might have lost
lost
a bit of time.
And,
But he is
Theo,
running my setup tonight, Salty, so
oh,
he's running an aggressive one of 10-8 wings, so
ooh, very serious business in the
yeah.
Williams.
So it should be interesting to see how he goes with that bit of an aggressive setup.
I'll have to note that setup detail down.
yeah,
Let your tyres go off a bit before I try to fight
yeah, definitely. I mean, down the straight, it's pretty hard to get away.
Yeah, I can imagine. And
Oh, that's the
Ferrari
Ferrari,
just
moves
gets out of the way, yeah. And that looks like it was Ayrton, but
Comes around the
Salty
final corner.
across the line, hasn't invalidated. And is it gonna be only
P9.
P9 with that purple sector one? So
I think,
Salty
I
not
think he
able to
maybe
back
lost
it
too
up.
much time. Too much time out of that turn 4 there when he went a bit wide, so...
Yeah. Not what he wanted, but we've got just behind him. Do I see Wubsy setting a lap? And
Oh, whoopsie.
Wubsy came P4 in Div 2 last season, so we're expecting big things of him. But he's a bit accident prone, isn't he? He sort of finds himself caught up in a lot of kerfuffles.
Yeah, I think both the McLaren boys actually were pretty
Yeah.
high up in the Div 2 last season, so they've sort of... As he purple sector 1, so...
Yeah, so he's got the pace. He's just got to, avoid the other cars. He's expecting big things from Wubsy. He's
Yeah.
expecting at least one race win this season. If Tazza could
He's...
just kindly, park his car. And there we go.
As Tazza could definitely, yeah.
We called it, right? Someone usually gets disqualified. Robbie
Blocking the pit
disqualified
lane.
blocking the pit lane. Yeah. So don't we need to set a lap to qualify better than 20th?
Yeah. Could be left in 19th now, so...
Unbelievably, Tazza has just improved on the meds to go 1 second quicker than anyone else in the field.
He just 1/10 up there.
1/10, not 1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
Bit overexcited.
As Wobbsy comes along the final corner now. He goes P5.
Just too
Probably
slow
not what I was
finding them.
expecting. As then Shinudi, not Shinudi, sorry, Achuri goes P3, takes it off him just then.
Yeah, so Churi leaving it late as well, but the guys who left it late have put on a decent time, and Drummer here as well, who's been setting some really quick laps this season. Looks like he invalidated that one, but
As Shinudi goes
still.
P1, ends
Oh,
up beating
Frankers,
him
by
by like
seven
seven
thousandths of a
thousandths.
second.
Oh,
Oh, and Foxy's just retired from the session as well, so
yeah, he has
it
crashed.
looks like, yeah, we,
Oh,
that.
as
Oh no.
just as Drummer spun as well, just as I flicked off him, Drummer
Oh
just
no,
spun
yep,
coming out of there.
out of turn three.
Drummer though is definitely one that's impressed me the most coming into this season. Just improved so much coming into this season. So
Yeah, and smart racing from Drummer as well. You know, he knows when to sort of pull out. You know, he's doing the sensible plays that get the points, and you know, he's showing up there at the top of the table as a result.
yeah, he's done well I think this season. So it's good to see him back out here and trying again. Hopefully he can get back out there and do another lap.
Yeah, and notice that while we're talking about that, Tazo improved again. So
I didn't even see
he's
it.
not having a bar of it. He's back into first on the meds, and another guy who might be looking to take a bit of time off him is SGN, who's presumably just had a shocking first lap because he's normally a pretty rapid qualifier on SGN, but he's on the softs. Track's evolved a little bit,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
there's no
50 seconds. So
yeah. He's half a second above his best so far, so that's a good start for him. But we all know what happens when the commentators actually watch a lap.
yeah, yeah. We all know that's invalid spin. Anything can happen here. Tire comes out of the
Yeah,
crowd or something. We don't
yeah.
know.
Car will catch on fire.
So one of those career mode damage settings that's just the smoke comes bailing out or something.
Gets a message from Jeff, and here we go. He's approaching sector 3 now, and the Ferrari there
Purple,
does
sector
get out of
2.
his way. Yeah, so 1.3 up on his first time at the moment, old SGN. And that's going to
I
move
mean, it
him a
puts him in the
long way up the
17s.
field. Yeah, I think that would be good enough for about P6 at the moment, but he might still have a little left. He's still pushing. Oh, a little wobbly through the chicane, but
I mean, that chicane is the
still a lot
time
of
gain of
pace.
this track,
Yeah,
so
it is, isn't it?
see how he comes across the line now. Going on a
And
16.9.
P1 for SGN. Fantastic rapid lap from SGN.
Breaks the 16s. First one to do it.
First one in. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to encourage someone like Tazza to go. I'd probably take P2 on meds. Well, that's still a great
Yeah.
place to qualify.
I mean, if those people behind him go out and actually set another lap
Improve a
again
little
now,
bit.
Tazza will drop down a bit, but even top 10 on those meds is just such a big advantage.
It
If As
is.
long as there's no safety cars, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, and the softs start hurting after not long around here. But we do see a lot. Safety car is a big factor in league racing. So I always just feel a little uncomfortable with the alternate strategy.
Yeah, I'm the same. I never want to go it just because I know that if I go the mediums, there will be a safety car in the
Yeah,
first like 5 laps, and then that strat's just gone out the window. So
yeah. If I do an awful job at driving on the mediums and spin, there'll be no safety cars. If I do a great job and stay with the leaders, there'll definitely be a safety car, and I'll regret it.
yep, yep, definitely. It's always that way. As Worry Boy just retires from the session out of turn 3.
Ooh. Yeah, so Roboy once again with the McLaren penchant for finding walls is where he likes to be, I suppose.
Yeah, I think he loves it a bit too much. I think so. As
Definitely.
Drummer is coming to start his hot lap now, can he actually set a lap on the board this lap?
Um, we'd hope so.
It's his last chance, really.
Yeah,
So
he sort of needs to get it done on this set of tyres, doesn't he? And oh, I'm being nagged in chat. We can get a hoya for the chat. If we can get a hoya back, that'd be great. And I see King Cairo has actually given us the intel raining at the end of the race. So,
oh, raining.
that's going to be fun. Don't know if that's
Wow.
a yeah. I don't know if that's a misleading. You know, if he's using the media to get out some false messaging, or if he's telling the truth. But that could colour things up right at the end.
Yeah, it could make it very interesting towards the end of the race. So could change up strategy for these drivers coming into it. So
Yeah, and I wonder if anyone's compromised on setup at all as a result. I don't think I would. I think I'd bulldoze through, and also the downforce here is pretty Pretty heavy,
I
eh?
mean, as the goat, Jan Otme always says, it's easier to drive on a dry setup in a wet than it is on a wet setup in the dry. So
Fair. Especially when it's only a little bit of the race.
exactly. As Kev retires now too
Ooh, that's not like
in
Kev
turn
the
one.
Gardener, but P7, that's not like Kev the Gardener either. Bit
Yeah,
of a new
he
leaf.
snuck in there. This drama comes around the final corner now as well. Will he get up there?
And nothing to
It's a
go. Yeah, there we go.
17.3
Fifth
P5.
place. Yeah. Not
I
too
feel like
bad.
he could have got a lot more out of that lap, and he's probably a bit disappointed. But still, P5 is definitely really good to start off with right now.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of only had one opportunity then, didn't he? So
Yeah,
it had to be. He couldn't push too hard.
McLaren.
I got someone in chat asking if it looks a bit low FPS. I don't know. I can't see it myself, but if
It
anyone
just
else
looks
got any
dark, I
insight,
think.
uh,
It looks like you've put like window tint over the screen a bit.
oh, that's not good. I haven't.
But maybe I don't know. That's my opinion, but oh, as Wubsy spun too, just out of turn two. Drivers are struggling. Turn three, sorry. Drivers are struggling a bit there by the looks of it.
Yeah, a few people coming unstuck. So
Jane just improves, going eighth fastest now.
yeah,
We got a
it's
Haas
looking
coming across.
pretty tight there, isn't it? The top 10 separated by, well, top 12 separate, 13 separated by seconds. So it's whole field really only separated by two. So I think
Yeah, it's
we're
definitely. Oh,
gonna see some
Salty just
close
goes
racing.
retires too.
Yeah, we might
In
be seeing a few strategic retirees, retirements.
looks like he crashed though, and the
Pushing a little bit too hard.
yeah, coming out of that chicane. I don't know what turn number it is, but that uphill little jump chicane.
Ah, turn 7 and 8, I think.
Yeah,
The slippery one.
as JS44 just retires on track by the looks of it.
Not ideal.
Not ideal at all.
Oh, well, Wubsy's out on a final hot lap. And Tazza
Xander
too,
comes
out on
across
the
the line.
softs. Interesting to see.
Xander can't improve. Stays 13 fastest.
Xander qualified. That's not something you usually see, is it? Xander in P13 is. He's not used to that position at all.
No, definitely not. As Manatin doesn't improve at all either. He goes
No.
2 tenths down. James goes up in the fifth. Improves again.
Nice work, James. That's a good finish for him. And we're seeing now a. Nope. Just trying
We
to.
got sort of Red Bull coming across next.
Yeah, we've got Shanuti. So he's a quick customer. He's 4 tenths up on his best lap at the moment. So this will be
He goes
pole. It is
P1.
pole comfortably. So we'll see if anyone remaining out on the track can fire back at that. We've got still, I
I
think
think the
that's
last one is
Et
Etten
and
that's out
Dash.
there.
Yeah.
Going slow. He's coming in lap now.
Oh, we've got Tazza out as well. So this is. Oh, yeah. Ayrton very much coming into the pits. And Tazza
On the
into the
softs
final
now.
corner.
He wants the
Yeah,
pole.
he does not want to qualify P3 apparently. And he
And he
has
takes it.
with a 116.5.
2 tenths above Shanudi. So
Yeah, dominant performance from Tazza once again, showing why he's P1 in the standings.
yep, definitely showing why he's the best driver out here currently. So
And that looks like everyone is retired or has taken the checkered flag, or the checkered flannel if you're a hipster. Um, so, I don't know, you got any thoughts, any surprises amongst that field for you? Kev the Gardener in a season best P10 qualifying is a bit of a shock.
yeah, I mean he's got P10 again now. So and I think honestly, Man of Tin and James, two shocks been up there in 4 and 5. I think they've done well to be out there, especially with the
Yeah,
field the way it is. So they're both 4 and 5th respectively. So
yeah, a good mix of the teams mixing up there in the top 9 or 10 as well. Just about everyone getting a look in.
yeah, I mean Xander being down P13, that's not really something you'd see from him. But he has been away for the last week in America, so
Let him off
can't
for a
blame him
moment.
too much.
Bit jet
And
lagged,
he
mate.
only just he only arrived back in Australia this morning. So
Yeah, we'll let him off the hook this one time.
yeah, just this once.
Just once. Oh, right, so if you weren't paying attention, in P1 we have Tazza, 2 Shinudi, 3 SGN, 4 Manatin, 5 Old Mate James, 6 Drummer, 7 Achuri, 8 Reblets, 9 aims, and rounding out the top 10 we have Kev the Gardener. Honourable mention to Wow Wow Wubsy, just missing out, but getting a choice of tyres to start the big race. And I just need to take a
Yeah.
moment.
Out of breath on that one, were
Yeah,
you?
just had to cram it all in.
Yeah, the vein popping on the forehead there. No, I mean that tire choice in P11 though is going to be a big strategic thing. I mean, do you start mediums then go to softs till the rain, or what do you do here?
Yeah, I mean, it throws a spanner in the works because Spain's a slippery track with heavy tyre wear, but it's one stoppable. But you really don't want to be getting to rain on a torn up pair of, you know, 15 lap old softs or something because you'll probably won't stay on track.
Yeah, I mean, what did we see in the Academy race? I think they were doing 20 laps on the medium, so if it's rain at the end, you could near do the 20. You could just push it maybe a little bit longer and try and start on the softs where it's still raining at the point.
So, if there's anyone who doesn't have a race engineer, I hope you're listening to the stream because we got Flukesy dropping wisdom left, right, and centre.
I mean, championship race engineer winning here, so nah. I mean, it's just a strategic bit of a masterclass here, I think, for the race engineers tonight. So
Yeah, the predicted pit stop strategy in game is both two stops, but I think we're going to see
yeah,
whoever wins tonight attempting to go longer than that, weather allowing.
yeah. I mean, should be interesting to see what happens here, especially if Taz are starting on the pole. So
Yeah, well, is he just going to drive off into the sunset? Because we know he's got serious pace, Tazza. He's done it a couple of times, and we saw. I think the last 2 weeks in a row, Tazza has gone from P1 to P11 or 12 under a safety car, um, by being the only person past the pit lane when it came out, which has been most unfortunate. But he's still managing to finish top of the ladder every time. So
yeah, I mean, we saw it in Hungary last week when he just was always past the pit lane. Safety car come out, and then he's just stuck past the pit lane again. So hopefully tonight's a bit of a different story for him, and see maybe he can unlock his true pace here. So
yeah, but I don't know. We love it if Michael Massey or whatever his equivalent is wants to keep putting Tazza in the midfield so he has to fight his way back through and give us something to watch, I'll allow
yeah, I mean, we'll just
it.
get Bassing to change the rules a little bit.
Yeah,
So
I wish we could do it to Max Verstappen, really. Just drop him back in P10 after he takes the lead and see what happens.
yeah, I mean, what is it? Every time he's seen the checkered flag, he's won. So
Yeah, he's having a good season, old Max,
yeah,
now. After a
now
slow start, yeah.
as they're lining up on the grid now, getting ready to get this going. Apparently, my voice is really loud, or yours is really low.
This happens every time. Uh, oh yeah, I don't know why I'm down so far. That should be a little better. Let me know. I don't know, maybe I'm blasting
Yeah,
everyone's
you
head off
sound
then.
louder to me. I might need to turn you down a little bit in Discord.
I did it now, Karo. Alright. So, we got 5 red lights. And Tazza takes us away. Looks like he's got off to a decent start, but right behind him, SGN. Off to a brilliant start from P3 and tucked straight into the toe from Tazza. And those two will filter quite comfortably into turn 1 before. Oh, a big move up the inside from Shanuti. Making a little bit of contact there with old mate James. But gets the spot and sneaks through. And it looks like Drummer might be able to get up the inside there of old mate James as well. Going backwards a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty clean turn one though. Everyone seems to make it through, no spins yet. So
Did, didn't it? And we're seeing 2 by 2 all the way down the field. And they're
yeah,
keeping it nice and tidy. Excellent racing here so far. Uh, yeah, looks like awesome battling all through the midfield. We got people sort of tangling left, right, and centre. But old mate James, it looks like might have sustained a bit of damage in that first couple of corners because he's just going backwards now, and that gap between the front 4 has opened to 1.7 seconds already. And old mate James clipping Manitin there as well. It looks like going around the
yeah,
outside.
just get around and then just a little bit of a tap. So
Yeah,
maybe see how he goes. We'll have to keep an eye
yeah,
on it. But you can see the front 4 are just running
they
away for
are
it already.
zooming, aren't they?
And you
And
got Unholy Risen going up 4 spots so far.
yeah,
So
awesome start for the man. He's first appearance up from academy, and he's He's leading the old season veteran Kev the Gardner.
Yeah, it's both the McLaren's pit, so
Ooh, so I called it, didn't I? The McLarens know how to get caught in a kerfuffle.
yeah,
They
they always seem to be at the centerfold of it. So
yeah, they should be contending for the championship, I think, this season. But just gonna have
yeah,
to
yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it now, I think.
yeah,
But
learn a few lessons.
SGN has now broken DRS from Shinudi, so
Yeah, and so it looks like the front two is sort of a little bit in a world of their own, and not necessarily the same world as each other either.
yeah, Taz is also out of the
Just
DRS as well. So
zooming off, yeah. Just behind that, looks like Drummer has his hands fairly full with Mana Tin. Old Mate James continuing to drop back. I gotta wonder, is he taking damage or is he just, he's on a quali setup or something and now his tyres are dead already after lap one.
yeah, it's hard to tell. I don't see any damage on his car, so it could
No,
be one
those
of
end
those
plates are
esport
there.
damages. So,
Yeah.
but maybe Xander might be looking to make a move here for P10 on Unholy Risen. So he was right on him through the chicane. So should be
Yeah,
interesting to see if he can make the move into
DRS
turn one here.
enabled this week, and he is very close, isn't he? Xander looks like he's going to be able to
He
get
is
this done.
juicing.
Oh, that's
He
a
is
point.
dumping it.
I should have that info on screen. And he cuts out a little more than he needs to
Yeah, he
try and make
ends
the
up
overtake.
backing
And
out of it
doesn't get
though.
it done either, yeah. Bit of an overreaction there from Xander. Maybe the jet lag creeping in a bit more. But Unholy defends the position without really doing much, so that's pretty much the dream.
Yeah, I mean, coming up from an academy, he seems to be doing really well coming up into this bit of a stronger field compared to academy. So
Yeah, he is, and
he's doing well.
I know him. I sort of convinced him to get into this, and he's probably played the game for a grand total of 10 hours so far, and he's already stepping up to Div 3. So strong performer.
Yeah,
One to keep an eye on in future if he can have a clean race, and he's doing a great job defending Xander right now.
yeah.
And
Xander's trying to get around, just can't do it. Will he
yeah, and
make
he
a
does
move
have the
into the heat?
DRS there, and he's going to go up the inside, and it looks like he's going to get it done. And they go too wide into the corner, and Xander slips through. Unholy forced to settle in for P11. And he's around, and oh! And he's caught. He's caught up with Kev the Gardner, who's lost a wing to
Oh no.
it's been right in the middle of the track. So I think we'll be seeing Kev the Gardner taking the alternative route here. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
new wing for him.
we had high hopes for Kev after his qualifying, so
We did, and Unholy himself seems to have either come out of that with no damage or not realised where the pit lane was. So we'll watch his pace for the next couple of laps.
yeah.
Mighty unfortunate. I think maybe just a bit too caught up there battling, trying to get the place back.
As drummer did get past Shinudi in that as well. We missed that, but
Yeah, did completely miss that. Shinudi doesn't seem too happy about it. He's right on his tail, and
I mean, those
Manatin as
three are
well
just
closing
right
up.
there. Yeah, they're right on each other through this sector here, aren't they? So
Yeah, and we've seen these guys, occupying the same bit of track a lot over the course of the season. We might be in for 30 more laps of these three all battling neck and neck, so keep your eyes peeled.
yeah, definitely.
It's,
These guys seem to be very similar pace with each other. So
yeah, definitely. And honorable mention to SGN, just driving off, watching Taz's taillights, and very honorable mention to Taz himself for you don't get much airtime. The sponsors don't love you that much when you're winning a race by too much to be on camera most of the time. But we do appreciate you guys.
yeah, I mean, just the practice Tazza puts in alone is just too much. He does so much of it, and then you can see it just pays off every race. He just gets out in front, and then he's away.
He's a man of ambition. Speaking of getting in front, Shanuti, phenomenal closing speed there on Drummer. The DRS clearly making a big difference here, and he's back into P3. So we might see a couple of traded positions over the next couple of laps, but Shanuti looks like he might be giving it a little bit of juice to.
Yeah, get away from this toe here. I mean, if you're Manitin here, you're kind of in the worst spot coming into a DRS train. You're being third in a DRS
Yeah,
train, you
you
can't
just
really ever
stay
do
there.
anything.
Yeah.
So he needs to definitely try and make a move in a non-DRS spot.
Yeah, and that's always a challenge on this particular track. It's not very easy to make a move in a DRS spot, but
Yeah,
we've
it's a
seen.
tough spot. As
Yeah,
JS44 tries to make the move here into turn 3, sorry. Ends up going wide.
Very wide. But he's still on the back of El Tortuga, Kevin
Yeah, I mean,
Gardner. Uh,
lost his front wing. See if he can make the comeback now. It's definitely a push
yeah,
strategy now.
yeah, and it's been 5 whole laps without a safety car, so I feel like some people might be about to lose some Twitch money, whatever it's called.
The channel points.
That's the one, channel points. I'm sure there was probably a bet on whoever uses his safety car in the early laps.
Yeah, I'm sure they probably. I missed it, but I'm sure there would have been something placed on there. So
And Shinudi and Drummer go too wide into turn 1, but Drummer just sort of sees the spot there, thinking twice about it. A little bit of moving around on the straight there. Don't know, came to the battle late, but...
yeah, I mean,
And
Manitin's in the worst spot here. Oh,
Foxy and Ayrton Dash managing to come together there. Ayrton Dash kind of coming off worse, a bit of a spin there.
oh yeah, off into
And
turn 1 there.
didn't manage to get a view of that as Unholy Risen drove by.
Spoxy just goes really wide too, coming out of turn 4. So coming out nearly losing it just then.
Yeah, it's that's the King Cairo corner, that one. If you've ever raced with King Cairo, just put him under a bit of pressure in that corner and he's guaranteed to spin. Pro tip, if you're
Yeah,
listening.
good old spin Cairo. He comes
Yeah.
out in force these days, so.
He does live up to his name.
I mean, it's a tough corner though. I mean, we're seeing Sainz have issues there, and Verstappen actually both gone off there in the race.
Yeah, we
So
did. There's probably less wind affecting these guys.
yeah,
And, you know, Cairo tends to go off in the opposite direction and find the wall, but
maybe someone in the crowd breathed too hard while they were racing, so they just had too much wind force coming
yeah,
down.
could have been a curse of the commentators.
As Xander has a DRS onto Old Mate James, with James has nothing down the straight for P7.
And Drummer just taking the lead there, back from Shinuti, who defends hard, but
You just feel sorry for Manitin in this spot right now
you
because he's
do.
just stuck.
And he
Nothing you can
keeps
do.
you see him every time someone makes a pass. He looks to follow him through, but it's just no real space for it. Fortunately, these guys all seem to be very equally matched on pace, so you know it might be time for Manitin to just sort of drive a sensible race. You know, save his tyres a bit.
Well, you can
Just,
see now that all this battling they're doing, Achuri is now actually closing up to the same
yeah.
as
Oh,
Drummer
and Drummer's
spins.
finally rounded. We thought it could have gone forever, but so he's rounded. Achuri, big beneficiary of that. He's
Definitely.
right on the back of Manitin immediately, and I don't know if Shinuti took any wing damage there. He looked like he might have bumped into the back of Drummer as he went round. And going quite slowly through that hairpin.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that, definitely. He doesn't seem to be missing anything on his front wing, but then again, he
No.
could have that esports damage, so...
Yeah, we've seen it before, and looks like
And now
he's...
Xander's also closing up to Old Mate James, too.
Oh, fantastic. Here we go. We've got a fight on our hands. Who said the Spanish Grand Prix was boring?
Oh, as Old Mate James pits, actually.
Ooh. So I had enough of that tyre wear, and right now Manitin finally has a chance to take a P3 from Shinuti, and he looks around the outside, and he goes around the outside, gives it a sniff, but Shinuti stays ahead and compromises X a little bit, so Manitin might have another chance to come back at him here into turn 4.
Yeah, as Achuri just goes really wide, too, so... In the background.
Yeah, sure, he's done the hard work, and now he's struggling under the pressure of a bit of a battle, it looks like.
But now Xander's also being able to close up even tighter. He's coming up in the background there. He's nearly there, back in the DRS train, so...
Yeah, Xander looking set to join this battle soon, and probably, you know, he likes to be battling for the podium. It was unusual to see him qualifying outside the top 10. He's a
Yeah,
notorious race winner.
he is. Very, very well known here in the ARL community, I think.
One of our winningest drivers.
Especially on those auto gears, you know?
Yeah. So we're hearing in the pit lane that we might be getting some rain in 15 minutes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
right.
So
That's earlier than later, so...
yeah, stay posted. So I think, and we're watching just Shinuti now jumping into the pit, so we might be able to see a few guys
And
jumping in there.
Manitin as well.
Yeah. For the guys on the meds, this could, if they can go until the rain comes out, 15 more minutes. It's going to be a stretch, but they might be able to make it. They'll be able to save themselves a whole pit stop. The guys on the softs will have to pit.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, Robbie's gone up 13 positions, same as Foxy gone up 10, so, you know, their strategies are making them come through now.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 in a row there. Salty, Robbie, Rudiger's all on the meds, looking strong. But I'll say that, but Tazza is a very long. He looks like he's a pit stop ahead of most of the field at this point.
Yeah, what is the pit stop here? Is it 19 seconds?
Um, I feel like I heard them throwing around 22 seconds the other night, total time loss,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Obviously, in the game they do it all perfectly. So,
Yeah, yeah, obviously it's perfect, so
um,
what do we got? Looks like there's a battle going on down at for P12 there too, between Ayrton, Ames and Manatin.
uh, there is indeed.
Big
So,
DRS train going on again. Manatin happens to be at the front of it this time.
yeah. So probably enjoying having a bit of clear air. Well, it's got a second to Shinuti.
Yeah. As Xander, Drummer, and SGN have pitted now, so they've
Yeah.
decided to get in early. Taz is still out though. Same as
Taz's
a
still in
Churi.
it, yeah, and we know the undercut tends to be pretty strong here because tire wear is high. And Unholy Risen!
Oh,
DNF, so...
Manatin dodges him and spins off it and breaks his wing.
Oh my god, so that's 2 people in one race that have lost a wing to an unholy spin.
Yeah,
Highly
Holly looks like he
unfortunate.
died in the pit lane, crashed in the pit lane, sorry, and then it teleported him onto the track, onto the racing line into the corner.
Oh,
So
when you spin in the pit and it... Oh no.
yeah, and so it was in front of Manatin, and then Manatin had dodged it, and then spun because of dodging
Oh,
the car.
oh no, that's very unfortunate for both drivers. So Manatin presumably
He's
gonna
gonna
have
have to
to
pit.
pit again. That's a pretty devastating blow after a great fight. And look at the guy who's racing against Shinuti, already long gone up the road now. That battle's over.
Yeah,
And
that's Drummer
Drummer's
gets a
actually
drive
driving,
through as well.
speeding under safety, virtual safety. Yeah, so
He seems to have been doing that the last few weeks, so
yeah, it's easy to get distracted, isn't it? You
it
start
definitely is.
moseying along. You think I got 15 seconds to get back under Delta.
Just
Yeah,
happens. It just creeps up on you. Like sometimes it'll just all of a sudden jump half a second. So you just
yeah.
gotta be careful, I think.
And a guy right now who looks like he's got a huge brain is Tazza, because he, for once, has played the safety car to perfection. He's got a free pit stop, he's lost no time.
Will he come out still first though?
It looks like he's going to, yeah.
Yeah, he's come
And
out
quite
first
quite
still. So
comfortably there with Robbie, the guys all behind, just a second behind him there, but all with much older tyres, 10 lap old meds.
yeah, I mean
So
SGN's gonna have to get through this pack now if he ever wants a chance to catch Tazza. So
he is, isn't he? And he looks like he does have the pace here, SGN. We haven't really seen much of him, but he's just been, you know, driving consistent laps, second quickest guy on the field, just doing it comfortably. So we'd expect that he won't have too much difficulty dispatching these guys ahead on the 10 lap old meds. But the issue is, it's a DRS train, and
yep,
as
that's
Manadin found out, DRS trains suck.
yep, they're the worst spot to be when you're at the back of them. So hopefully he can get it done. And being on the fresher tires, you'd think that he has the better grip into the corners, so he can just
Yeah.
get the move done. But
And
there is a lot of cars there.
last race SGM was in here, I was privileged enough to watch him from about a tenth back as he narrowly took P2. He was about a tenth down on
Oh, he did. That's
Shu.
right. I remember.
Yeah, so he's got well-established form here, SGM, known to be able to mix it up with yeah, guys in the Div 2 and probably even some
He is
Div
right
1
on the back of
players.
Rudy here
Yeah.
coming onto the straight.
He is.
So
He's looking hungry and he's juicing. He's letting it fly, but again, it's a DRS train.
Salty is
Is he
going to be
quick
an
enough?
interesting spot here.
Yeah, it looks like Drummer's going to go through, and surely SGN's just going to follow that. Or is he too far back? SGN playing
He's too
sensibly.
far back.
He doesn't. If he's given up on catching Tazza, he's under a lot less pressure here to pass anytime soon, because he can just wait until these guys pit.
And as you, Tazza just extended that lead already.
Oh, there we go. SGN
1.6.
looks up the
So
inside. No.
sides it towards
Oh
better of
my
it.
god, yeah,
So
Tazza is just disappearing again, isn't
oh, he goes around the outside here. Coming. Oh, no, he's backs out of it again.
he? Oh, and
And
he's
now
up
he's on
the
the
inside.
inside.
Yeah, so SGN very hungry for that, but he just can't seem to quite get the traction out of the corner. He gets his nose into position, and then he's wobbling through turn 7 and 8. Deadly little chicane up the hill there.
The problem is with all this battling going on too is SGN's adding a lot more extra tire wear to his tires. So
He is, and all the time Shinuti is closing.
Yeah, and then you
So
got Taz's also just going and going. So
yeah, so Taz is just disappearing, but
it's also another second made by Tazza already. So
yeah, and honestly, like what that 3 seconds over Robbie this lap, and SGN is sitting, another
Azachuri's
5 laps
out,
out of
safety
ninth.
car.
A Churi out at safety. Oh god. Okay, so once again, take note, right? Safety car out. Tazza is past the pit lane. No chance of pitting under that safety. He's not going to want to this time around. But it's fate, right? There's no such thing as a safety car that comes out before Tazza gets to the pit lane entry.
Massey definitely has something on Tazza in these races. So
Yeah.
this poor fella, every time he goes past the pit lane.
Yeah, this is, what was it Lewis Hamilton said? This is an engine, this is a setup, man, or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But this is also an advantage for those medium runners that stayed out this long now. They
It
get a free
is.
pit stop.
Well, they do, but are they going to want to take it? I mean, we're sort of predicting if the rain is when we think it's going to come, it would have come about lap 22. But now they're doing slow laps on the safety car. Is track position,
Yeah.
are we going to see rain by the end of the safety? Is track position worth holding on to?
No, you're definitely right there. It could be interesting to see what they do. As Wubsy did pit just then for the softs, so maybe he's thinking the softs are going to last to the rain.
Until the rain, yeah. And I can't see any clouds in the sky. I'm looking upwards, and it looks like a beautiful Spanish day.
Yeah, I mean, I see no clouds, nothing yet myself, so
Yeah, so maybe we've been fed the dummy by King Cairo. Um,
it is approximate weather too, so like it can change as it goes. It could say rain 15 minutes,
yeah,
but
and then
then
it
all of a sudden
drop.
it could rain in 2 minutes, so you don't
Yeah.
know.
So, all eyes on the front guys, and Robbie chooses not to pit. He thinks rain's coming. Rudigers chooses not to pit.
Yeah, that
I think these guys think
Multi
rain is
chooses not to
coming.
pit.
Yep, they're not going in. And Shinuti, I would not imagine is going to pit from here. And those guys wouldn't have lost many positions either, because it's a 16-second gap from old mate James to Kev the Gardener. I think all of those guys, had they pit, would have come out in the identical positions.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right there. I mean, the pit stop so far, sorry, they're so far back that the pit stop wouldn't have mattered anyway. So
Yeah, under safety. Would have been a safe one, but I suppose Shinuti and old mate James would have gone through, but SGN. But
yeah,
yeah, I guess these guys they must be thinking rain is coming, because no one turns down a free pit stop on lap 14 when you didn't.
I mean, especially at Spain with the tire wear being so high.
Yeah, it's a
So
freebie. So Kairo's telling us 10 minutes. Borsman commenting on it being a classic Spanish day. Did anyone else notice that in the entire of the Fox News commentary or whatever it was for the Grand Prix on the weekend? It said Spanish Grand Prix, not Spanish. It was infuriating me. I thought it was a one-off, and then every time it said Spanish Grand Prix, go back and watch the replay if you've got KO. Spanish Grand Prix. It was killing me.
I didn't notice that. I just like the interview at the end with Perez when the interviewer said to him, "You could have won though."
Oh yeah, poor Checo. They've done him dirty. Yeah. Um. uh, Someone with a Spainful joke in chat. That's very nice. I appreciate it. Fluxy, you're the expert on running an ad. Do you think this is a good time for an ad? I forgot the command already.
Yeah, I'll run
I
it
think
now.
we have at least one more lap of the safety car. I hope. We do. Too late for the safety to go in now.
All right, well, I'll run a 30-second ad. Oh, it's already running, Kara said.
That's slick.
He's already all over it. The boss man himself.
He's a smooth operator.
Bin Kara, you know?
Yeah, it wouldn't be spinning if he wasn't so smooth. He'd have a bit more grip.
Maybe he's that smooth that it spins, you know?
Down the field, I didn't catch where Xander was when he jumped into the pits, but I feel like
Yeah,
Kev the
actually.
Gardener was already in P8, so I think Xander's managed to get a completely free pit stop there. Or the
Yeah,
guy,
it seems so.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He
Xander
just
like
snuck
another
up there.
soft. Yeah, he sort of wasn't there, and now, well, he wasn't there on fresh softs anyway, and now he is, so.
It's good to see that Xander and Menitin haven't made the same mistake though as last time, where they made the same call. They've gone on different strategies this time, so
Ah, yes.
see what happens. See which one works better towards the rain, because if it starts raining, those softs are going to be better than the mediums when it starts getting
Yeah.
wet.
Yeah, Med's not known for their great grip in the wet.
I definitely learnt that the hard way.
And safety
There we
car
are,
in this
safety
lap
car.
there, confirmation. So, ooh, I would expect Taz is not coming under too much threat from Robbie behind, but a man to watch behind the three guys on the old cold meds is going to be SGN. He's going to be hungry to make up some ground now, and this could be a good opportunity out of the final corner.
Yeah. Without DRS here as well, these first 3 laps without DRS is going to be important for SGN to make the moves while he can.
Yeah, he might be able to get, once things settle down a bit, you can generally dive bomb one person, but you can't really dive bomb from 3 back in a train because
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
yeah, it causes bad things to all involved. So here we go. We see the throttle lock, chronic throttle lock out of that chicane in Spain.
Yeah, he's still not going yet though. He's playing smart as he
He
goes
is,
now. He has
and
gone.
gives him as little time as possible to take a run at him. And immediately, Rudiger's going backwards, and SGN little boxed in behind him and Salty, not really getting far there. So that was not the start SGN wanted, and not really through his own error either. Further down, Shanuti and old mate James trading positions. And we're going to see some
As
good
Xander
battling
comes
from
up
this.
too with the grip around the outside of
Xander with an
old mate James.
awesome restart. And he's still juicing. He's not done yet. Having a look at the back of Shanuti, and he's using those softs.
As
And
James takes it
old mate
back,
James really nicely pushed his way through up the inside.
they're still too wide. There's a great battle going on here.
And Dash going wide. Yeah, this is awesome fighting. Still too wide, and someone's going to have to cede here because this is a 1 car wide corner. And there we have it. Old mate James backing off slightly.
Thinking better of it. As Manatin is he around back there? He has.
Oh, Manatin around again. Oh, Manatin can't get a break tonight. He started off so strong.
He was doing so well at the start, and I think now he's lost his wing again, so he does have to pit again now.
Yeah, and that's a definite tilt to that one.
As you can see, Taz has already made 2.6 seconds.
Yeah, he's just flying, isn't he? And SGN, look how close he is through that chicane. He does not want to wait around. Salty could be in some trouble here. I don't. Yes, SGN
Yeah,
almost overtaken before they get out of the corner. And it looks like Salty might just have less downforce. And it's proving really difficult to overtake. Despite an awesome run on him, SGN forced to really send it up the inside of the corner. And does get the position eventually.
yeah. I mean that downforce for Salty definitely played a big advantage there, but it's just too much without the ERS advantage.
Yeah, I think if SGN hadn't been so quick onto the back of him there, he could have gone defensive and SGN probably couldn't have gotten through. But SGN so aggressively to the inside as soon as they came out of the corner, he wasn't leaving anything to chance.
Yeah, I mean definitely got straight to that inside to force Salty to stay outside. So
And he's a little bit back from Rudiger's now. I'm not sure if that's a consequence of that battling or... But you would expect that SGN will start to make that ground up pretty quickly unless he's not as quick on the meds as he is on the softs.
yeah, Rudy and Robbie are about to start battling here soon anyway. So SGN will make that time up when they're battling, as long as they keep it close together and not be silly. The SGN will close up pretty quickly.
Yeah, the trick when you're chasing a DRS train as well is you're not catching the back guy on the train, you're catching the front guy on the train.
Exactly.
That back
As
guy's going to
DRS
run
just
Van
does
Balls
come
around.
enabled. And
Does.
Kyrie just said rain in 5.
Rain in 5, okay, so that's exciting. And it is starting to look a little mistier on the track from my point of view.
Yeah, I can see that now.
It's just, I don't know. I wouldn't call that as rain in 5, but the guys are certainly racing like it. We're seeing those meds going pretty long at this point. 17 laps old, sitting in P2. Robbie and
Yeah, I mean,
Rodriguez will be cheering if this works out for them.
the real advantage here is Xander and Warrior and those guys on the softs. That if the rain's in 5, those softs will make that rain.
Yeah, it really matters, doesn't it, on that crossover lap when it could go either way. You're much better being on softs then than you are being on meds.
Yeah, 100%. You have better grip coming out of the corners and stuff like that, whereas the
Yeah.
mediums just don't have that grip in the wet. It's too slippery for them.
Yeah. And it might, soften onto the inters a little early can heat them up and take a bit of life out of them, such as. to comfortably do that final lap until you're confident for the inters.
Yeah,
Personally,
exactly. Xander is closing up to
he
Salty now,
is
though.
closing
He's
up,
in the
isn't he?
DRS now.
Yeah, and Salty falling a little bit off the back of SGN there, who's in turn managed to get himself up to the battle between Rudigers and Robbie. So not wasting a whole lot of time, and again he's in a train, so he might not be getting through too quickly. But he's there. He's going to
Yeah,
make the
a
best of it.
train. Will Xander have the downforce, though, to make the move here on Salty?
Yeah, Salty a rocket in a straight line, running his Monza setup here, and Xander looks up the inside, but yeah, Salty just not losing a whole lot of ground down that straight, is he?
Nah. I mean, that downforce is playing good for him, but it's got to matter coming into these corners here where Xander has the superior grip on those softs, so...
Yeah. And we might even see an overtake in the second DRS zone if Xander's feeling hungry.
Yeah, see, it depends on the grip there. That corner's a bit tough to try and get a good run on someone out of the corner because people take it different ways. You can take it in 6 or you can take it in 7. It just depends how you want to do it.
Yeah, I think I saw Max Verstappen overtake that on the weekend, didn't I? One
Oh,
around there and one
probably.
around the outside of Bottas later on. I can't remember.
Oh, Xander does look like he gets a good run.
He is getting a great, and he's gone up the inside. He's sending it, and he's done it quite comfortably.
Yeah, with ease on that one.
Beautiful, yeah. Those that tyre difference obviously make it quite hard for poor old Salty to defend that.
Yeah, I mean, now that you're salty here, though, you'd want to be piggybacking off his soft pace. Won't
Yeah,
want to overtake
absolutely.
Xander. You want him to carry you back up to SGN here.
Yep.
So
Yeah, that's free time to the leaders there if you can stay in touch. And here we go, Rudigers right now on the back of Robbie for P2, and Rudigers through. At least he's
yeah,
definitely got the inside, and Rudigers goes to the inside to defend SGN. It
SGN.
looks like,
Ooh.
and SGN. Sorry, Robbie goes to the inside, but SGN doesn't look too hungry for it. So
Yeah,
hanging
maybe now
back.
that it knows the rain's coming in soon, as you can see,
Oh,
it's definitely getting really more misty.
yeah, there we go. SGN choosing to get it done out of turn 3, and he's up the inside of 4, and there he goes. So that's those
Oh, he's
overtakes
done
you're
it.
talking about with no DRS. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting
I
better
mean,
exit from turn 2.
now he gets free range at Rudy now coming into the Xander overtake corner. So
He does. So we'll see if we can get more than one overtake in a race in that particular corner.
see how he gets the run going down here.
And he might not be thinking about it. This could just be us being excitable in the box. But he's looking around the outside, and Drummer covers it off. So,
Rudy.
yeah, sorry. He's in a half. They're all the same.
They're all the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Same people.
Just so used to Drummer being the one in the top 3 at the moment. But Rudy back to his favourite position, P2. He's a tourist.
Yeah,
And I
I mean,
think I just saw Wobbly getting a bit wobbly around that corner. wobbly. So I laugh
Wobbly
at myself
wobbly.
too much. But SGN here will, I think, take P2. There's not a whole lot Rudigers can do. It's 10 lap
Nah.
oldest tyres, no DRS. You just have to let that happen, don't you?
Yeah.
And Xander, look at that. Through on Robbie. Looks like he's closing up pretty quickly on Rudigers. So those tyres really paying off for him. And yeah, I think those front guys could have pit onto softs and would have still been comfortably ahead of Xander.
Yeah, I mean,
On the safety
being Xander,
car.
though, he has used all his ERS to get here. So,
Yeah, I mean, I did used to, my mantra used to be, there's probably going to be a safety car soon, so use all your ERS, you'll get it back. Can't live by that so much anymore. We have some pretty good
yeah,
races. Oh, SGN
it's
takes a
SGN.
penalty.
No.
Oh, that's a bit of a crushing blow for him. So he's probably got the pace to build a 3-second gap on the guys behind, assuming we don't see more safeties. But that's pretty much game over for catching Tazza, isn't it?
Yeah, and I mean, being Rudy and Robbie here on those 20-lap-old mediums, you'd want it to start raining in the next 2 laps. Otherwise, you are going to have to pit.
Yeah, and I think
It is raining
22.
now, I think.
It's
I
definitely gotten
believe.
dark enough, doesn't it? Yeah, I think I can see
Yeah,
the
there's
drops on my
drops. There's
screen.
raining.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
raining.
So these guys now just waiting for. Actually, it looks a bit slick on the track, doesn't it? So.
Yes, it looks like it's got wet really quick, but it's only just started raining here now, so it's now going to work for Robbie and Rudy. They both played the strategy well here, I think.
Yeah, and they're going to be desperate to come in now because this
As
lap's going to be
Ames and
tortured.
Ayrton have both pitted, same as Foxy. Are they going to pit early for the Inters? I think it's too early to go now for the Inters.
Yeah, I'm seeing like dribbles of water dripping down my
Yeah,
screen.
they
But
have gone
they have gone
Inters.
inters, yeah. Or at least Ames has.
I think it's too early for the Inters right now. Those tyres are going
Yeah,
to overheat too much. They all have gone Inters. So, as
yeah,
you can
and
see, Ames nearly loses it
yeah,
coming out of the
it's too
pits.
early, boys. It's but and the guys who are gonna have a real choice to make at the end of this lap are gonna be Rudigers and what's his name, Robbie and Salty,
Robbie.
because
Yep.
it's probably too early to pit for the Inters, but those tires, those meds don't have much more life left in them.
Yeah, I mean, they've played the strategy well, but now they need to make the correct decision when it comes to when to pit for the Inters. So,
Yeah. I'm sure they've accounted for this in their plan because this is clearly what they were expecting.
yeah,
And
definitely.
Rudiger's there, dropping back to let Xander through, didn't want a battle.
No, maybe
He
seeing
wanted
that
he
the
wanted
soft,
the
so
DRS. He knew he couldn't fight him, and he thought he'd go quicker with DRS than without it. So Rudiger's has learned from the best. He's been watching some Verstappen Leclerc battles, and he knows
yep.
how to stick in a race. And there he goes up the inside, Rudiger's. Oh, he thought about it.
Oh,
That would have been a fantastic defensive strategy if it had come off.
I mean, the softs are just going to have so much more grip here right now.
Mm.
It'd be smart for Rudy just to sit behind Xander and let Xander piggyback him through.
With that
As I'm
said,
starting to see some puddles, I think, starting on the
yeah,
track. So now would be probably a good time for the Inters.
yeah, I think
Nearly
we'd start
there.
seeing him coming in at the end of this lap. I think because Xander himself, he's on softs, but they're also 9 lap old softs around Spain, so they're not probably not feeling great right now. He's been battling the whole time.
Yeah, it's definitely about to be interweather right
Yeah,
now.
and
So
speeding in the pit lane start popping up, and we're seeing more and more of the field going to Inter. So here we go, wet race. I am excited. This is what I wanted to see.
as Tazza is locking up a lot on those mediums right now on the wet, so I think Tazza will pit this lap. He is going really slow.
Yeah, probably no point in risking it at this point, is there?
Yeah,
He's got a big lead, and we
yeah,
don't know how
it's
much
it's
practice he's
way too
done.
wet.
Yeah, this is quickly become a soggy race. So surely going to see Tazza diving into the pit
Yeah,
lane
as
here.
he
We do.
dives in.
Yeah, baited Cody's. They were watching for him to come out of the final corner.
It'd be interesting to see though if anyone tries to stick out another lap. I don't think anyone should, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
Oh,
I.
Sander nearly breaks his wing into the pit entry.
Oof. Here we go. So this is big, basically. All these guys, Rain sort of leveling things out a bit, and
Brummer
yeah,
gets the 5 second.
that's not what he wanted. And SGN right now is we're gonna see if he's any good in the wet, because he's got Xander right behind him, second off, and he's got a 3 second penalty to overcome.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting end to this race. I think now.
Yeah, it
Wet's
is.
the big equaliser. So
Yeah, Spain is a difficult enough track in the dry, and you did ask if we'd see it. I was gonna say old mate James looks to have sucked it out a lap more than most people on the softs, but given that he's now in
yeah,
P14, I don't think it was a good decision.
no, definitely not.
He's plummeting down the field now. So must have come to some kind of grief. And I said this last week, and it was an awful thing to say, but Red Bull once again having a great race as a team, running right now in P4 and 5. No penalties
It,
between them.
yeah, you can't fault them right now. I mean, it's
Mm.
good to see Red Bull up there. They've been having struggles in at the moment on the combined constructors. So
Bit of shade there.
they know I all love them. But then you got Salty got right up behind them too. So Salty might be trying to look to make a move.
Yeah, and I don't know if Salty's an expert wet weather driver. I haven't seen him much in the wet. It's
He'll be
always
struggling
exciting
on
to
those
see.
wings.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, I hadn't even thought about that. He's running the old low downforce, isn't he?
Yep.
It seems.
So especially if he's going the low downforce, so he's going to be struggling in the
Yeah,
wet
he's
now.
already 1.6 seconds back on
Yeah,
Robbie now.
you can see he just doesn't got it.
Yeah.
As Manatin has gone the wet tire, not the Inters.
Ooh, that's an interesting choice. And I feel like Manitin has made
And Rudy
5 stops this
just
race.
DNFs down
Oh,
the
Rudy.
straight.
Oh no, on the exit of...
Yes, that should be a
Oh,
safety
he's
car.
right in
It
the
is a
middle of the
safety
track,
car.
yeah. So that might be a... Actually, I think it's probably too late for Manitin, isn't it? He's 5 stops and a lap down.
Yeah, he
Uh,
he did come out being lapped as he was coming out of the pits. So going to be a hard recovery for him. You know, he needs to try and unlap himself, but that's pretty hard to do here. So
Yeah. They're kind of relying on a bit of altruism. You're not allowed to unlap yourself in the game. You need people to drive off the track and let you through.
yeah, which I think is a little silly, but I understand too.
Yeah, I assume it's a coding issue, but it's be nice to have a gentleman's agreement to just pull off track and let our lap cars through. Or let lap cars through so they can get back into the race.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean,
Maybe we can implement that. We'll call the Council of the Elders.
yeah. Call the god himself Bassinkins, and we'll
Yeah. Bassing, please.
I mean, as Bassink just said in the chat that Tins might be going for his pit stop record. So
Yeah, do we have a tracker for that?
I think what was it, Bass? He did like 9 pit stops or something in one race.
Poor
Seven,
engineers.
seven. There you
We're thinking, what? We got no more tyres, mate. Bugger off.
go. Are you back again? What?
Yeah, we've done a lap yet.
Could you at least do one lap without coming in here? Like, God. But also, big thing for SGN here is he was way back behind Tazza, and now he's going to be on Tazza.
He is, but he's still got that 3 seconds to contend with, so
Yeah, I mean, Xander could be the big winner out of this here.
he could, but we did just see in those couple of laps before the safety came out, it did look like SGM was stretching that lead again, so it'd be really interesting, I think, to see if... I think SGM might have the raw pace here, so there's going to be one of those indirect battles for the 3 second delta over the last, 5 or 6 laps of the race. It's going to be great to see.
Yeah, I mean, if Xander can stay in there, he's going to be on for a P2 here, and then he's got also someone with a lot of pace behind him is Shinudi as well. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a tight battle here, I think, for the end.
And is it only one lap car we have? It does look to be just man of 10. And safety car probably going to be a painful restart for him as he's going to be expected to get out of the way of all the cars
Yeah,
behind him.
I'd say he'd just move out of the way. Manatin's too nice to try and do anything else. So
Well, he's on the wet, so he might not have a choice.
but judging by the way he's struggling through here right now, it could be
Yeah. It only just started raining, mate. It's not that wet yet. And,
yeah.
I
I
wouldn't be
mean, Bassing's
surprised if
probably
it's a good
engineering.
record. Yeah, Bassing's just... This is how you beat my record.
He got track limit penalty. Callum?
Yeah, 2 seconds. I'll see if I can see the race director. Well, sorry, or the... Be honest. So we're actually seeing quite a lot of guys getting some penalties, and it looks like SGN nearly took 2 penalties on lap 1, and then or 2
Does
warnings.
Tazza have any track limits? Though is an interesting question.
Oof, I haven't seen his name popping up, but I wasn't looking until now. And then there we go.
He has. He's got 2 by the looks of
Looks like SGN gets track limits violations only when he's battling.
it.
Anyway, yeah, no, Taz has got one. Exceeded track limits, dirty driver. Get him out of
Yeah,
here.
he's cheating.
Oh, another one. So
He has 2.
Tazza.
He's
Yeah.
on 2
So
warnings.
if you happen to be a race engineer listening to this, Tazza is vulnerable. There's a possibility, a hair of a chance that Tazza could not win this, but it's slim to none.
I mean, I did tell Tazza I'd cast to curse him, so this is my
Oh
cursing of
yeah.
you, Tazza. So you're going to get a penalty.
Unfortunate Tazza, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, mate.
Yeah, unlucky. Sorry. I'd love to see a good battle at the end here. Like we nearly had one last night between was it Freed and Joe, I believe, at the end, and
Uh,
end up getting a penalty and a spin.
yeah, I think Freed went round towards the end, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe Freed got a penalty and then next lap ended up spinning anyway. But
Mm,
it would have been good to see the sprint battle. I think at the end.
yeah.
So just do it for the content, Tazza. Just get a penalty for the content.
And what have we got here? Wereboy appears to have gone off.
Oh,
He's lost 4 or 5 positions there.
maybe a spin.
Yeah, and he's rejoined just behind his
Oh,
teammate there.
collision with on the safety car. It slowed up a lot through this chicane here, being in
Oh,
the wet.
I'm wondering if there's a bit of lag going on or something here feel like
Maybe.
wasn't Werribee just behind Wobsy? I don't know. I can't keep up. And
But Taz is now off,
Tazza
so
is off, juicing hard, and SGN is closing on him slowly and goes inside because Xander there is also looking hungry. But 1, 2, 3, they're all going to file into the turn 1 in the order they set out. A little bit of movement up and down the field, as we can see in the
that's
background there. Old mate James getting through on Foxy, and
JS getting on through on Robbie as well. So
yeah, it's a good move there from JS. We haven't seen a lot of him. He's got big penalties to contend with, JS. I think 9 seconds last time I checked, but he's
oof.
yeah, but you know, he's doing what he needs to do. This is the way to get it, to build up 9 second gap, is start making some overtakes.
Oh, definitely. Once you have that penalties, you just need to start making moves as best you can. So
Yeah, especially when you've got 5 laps to do it, and a drummer takes a
drama.
3 second penalty. And they're starting to emerge, aren't they? A few more penalties sneaking in up and down the grid.
Yeah, but I mean, as you can see, Tazza's already made a 1.3 on SGN.
Yeah, Eshian not having much luck keeping away from him, and Xander is right on the back of him as well, looking hungry. So
It's all
it's
these
going to
random
be.
names coming in down the
Yeah, I
bottom.
was
You
wondering
see
who
it?
is Qui-Gon Bin Chicken.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, who's that?
Shout out to whoever
Where gets
Qui-Gon Bin
another
Chicken is.
penalty. Barry with
Oh,
another 3 second.
yeah, the McLaren fiasco continues, and just the Ed and Dash losing out major to old mate James and Foxy on the final corner. Pushed very wide.
Yeah, and JS44 is up to 14 seconds of penalties now, so he has grown on that 9 seconds.
Yes, and Kev the Gardener gets his elbows out, pushes Ames back where he came from. Ames looking to get the overtake done, but Kev holds the inside, and in fact Ames loses another spot to Reblitz there and another one to Werribee. Ames really regretting that attempted pass there. Just run a little wide through turn 1. It costs you a lot when you're racing in a pack, doesn't it? You go wide one corner, suddenly 3 guys shove past.
Actually being in the wet too, because it's so hard to gain that traction again once you've gone wide to get back onto the track safely.
Yeah,
So
they've got momentum and you don't.
exactly, it's hard to get back out there. But see Drummer right on the back of Salty as well. He's right kissing him. Coming onto the straight now. Doesn't have
He
enough juice.
looks up the inside, but he's just not quite there for it.
Oh,
And look
was
how
contact
close
made?
he is.
He's right there behind him, but sure, I think Drummer might have coming down onto the straight here, the main straight, might have enough to get past him here into turn 1.
He's got the pace to follow closely. That normally means you've got the pace to pass, doesn't it? A little bit of dirty air here.
Yeah, and Dodier is a big factor here, especially in the wet.
In that last little corner, last little section, it's almost impossible to follow closely.
Yeah.
But Drummer's done it. He's less than 3 temps behind Salty now as they head down the straight. Got a bit of a toe. No DRS, obviously, because of the wet weather, and that might save
Salty is
no
draining.
downforce Salty. Yeah, he's using his juice, and he does. He sticks ahead comfortably in the end.
Yeah, I mean, that ARS on the downforce, so...
Yeah, Drummer unable
But
to really make any
how long can he do it for?
Well, yeah, he's only got to do it for 4 more laps, or 3 more laps, I guess now. Like 3 more times.
Yeah, he's got to save that ARS throughout all these sectors now and just keep only utilising it down the straights.
Yeah.
Tazza has made that gap, though.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? If he had a 3-second penalty, I have heard from the race engineer of SGN that they might be looking to review that penalty, so we'll see if they have any luck with that. So SGN might not need to draw out that 3 seconds, but I'm sure he'd rather do it.
I mean, that's good for Xander's race engineer right now. You know that he could get that removed, so you might want to tell Xander to make a hustle.
Well, Xander looks like he's made a mistake. Xander's lost almost 2 seconds in one corner.
Oh, he has.
That's a conundrum for him, and now he's really hoping.
As Salty just went around, spun.
Oh no, Salty falling to P15, and he's on trackers. Looks like Et and Dash. Oh, even Et and Dash managed to get through it there from way back. Salty moving out of the way politely, and Xander
Salty
right
coming
now
back around
is having a mare. He's lost the greater part of 3 seconds to SGN in 1 lap, and now he looks like he
he's
might be
backed up
vulnerable
into
to
Shinudi again.
Shinudi, yeah. So Shinudi will be licking his lips now, knowing that I don't know what's happened to Xander, but he's lost a lot of pace all of a sudden. And
Yeah, I think...
surprise, surprise, Kev the Gardener is up into P7 after having done nothing all race. not really appeared on camera. There he is in the points.
Wasn't he at the back
No
at the start of the
penalties.
race?
Yeah, well, he ran into Unholy when Unholy
Oh,
spun,
that's
and
right. Yeah.
he was way back. Look at him
I,
now.
I say it to him every week. I don't
Mm.
know how he does it, but somehow his name just appears at the top, and it's like he teleports there. I just don't know
Yeah,
how he gets there.
he knows how to not peak too soon.
He gives everyone false hope, I think,
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
everyone think that he's not going to be there, and then he's there.
So they're all sort of spreading out a little bit. I think the battle to watch right now is going to be Shanuti and Xander. Xander looks like he's back up to speed a little bit now.
Oh,
Oh, he's
Xander
round! Oh
spins!
no! What have I
Oh,
done, Xander?
Xander.
I'm
And he
so sorry.
retired!
He's DNF'd. Why did
The
I say
caster
look back up to
curse.
speed? Oh no! I'm sorry, Bassing. Don't hurt me. He's gonna be furious. Oh, I'm gonna be kicked. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards. Drummer is looking hungry. Drummer is looking hungry at the back of Kevin Gardner. No, he's not. He's fallen off a little. Let's see if he gives it much juice down the straight. And further up, actually, JS4 looking at the back of Shanuti. Doing what he needs. That JS4, very aggressive lunge up the inside into the back of Shanuti.
He
Probably,
gets the 3-second penalty from that, though.
yeah,
Was
I
it
mean,
worth it?
let's just have a quick look at the penalties here, shall we? He's got 17 seconds. At this point, he doesn't care.
Yeah, true, true.
I think he just wants that track position, and he's very hungry for it. But Shanuti defending well, despite a little punt. Maybe he decides it's not worth defending that position, as he is going to get it back at the end of the race.
Yeah,
JS,
JS just goes back around him. So
yeah. So, looks like he's got a bit of pace in the wet, JS. He's been moving
yeah,
up the field rapidly. He just
wasn't for those penalties, he was in a good spot right now.
he is. Oh, he would be. But I'm sure he's had a fun race anyway. It's impossible to get that many penalties and not have fun.
Looks like Drummer might be looking to make a move in Kev soon too here as well.
Yeah, and Kev, notoriously difficult to make a move on. I think Tazza commented on that last week. He doesn't like being
Oh,
passed.
JS is out too.
Oh no!
Same spot.
Why? Why do we talk about these people? As a whole field goes through, and yeah, again mysteriously, without any apparent effort, Kev the Gardener is into P5, and Drummer is going to have to pull out 3 seconds for a pass here to make any difference. So, I'm on Kev's team. I'm a Mercedes driver myself, so I don't really want to talk about him anymore because he'll die.
Yeah, we don't want to, as the way it's been going so far, we don't want to talk about anyone too much because it just end up dying. So you end up crashing into the wall. So at this point, though, two more people. Tins will move into the points.
It will
now?
if he can unlap himself enough. He's a long
Yeah.
way down. So the race for dignity is really on for Manitin right now. He needs to beat 2 guys who aren't
Oh, as
finishing.
he goes past there, and now finally
Up to P16, and Jay has to do it a lap later. I don't know if he's gonna do it. Where does that? Oh, it'll be this point on the next lap, won't it? I think he's gonna make it.
No, he will because this is.
Oh
the
yeah,
lead
he's
lap,
not
so-
on the. He's not on the lead lap.
So you got Tazza coming around to the final corners here.
Final corner, and it's another immaculate drive from Tazza. Really, he's led from start to finish, flawless.
He's just
Clearly the
too
quickest
much
guy on the
pace out of
track.
him.
Yeah, phenomenal drive. And
I mean, even in the wet, you can't fault him as he
yeah.
does do
Oh,
his
and
celebration.
he's risking it slightly in the wet now. He's good. The last chance SGN had, and awesome drive too from SGN, coming home in P2 despite that penalty. Pretty,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty
too
steady
far
stuff.
back now, so
Yeah, and
as he does just rear Tazza's car.
we're seeing a Red Bull party, and Shanuti lets Robbie through.
I think they'll pass the line when that
Oh,
happens.
okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. It's fast now. And Kev the Gardener, once again, out of nowhere, P5, Ames P6, old mate James P7, Drummer 8, Wow Wow Websy 9, Reblets. Source of some discussion in chat, coming home in P10. And the rest of the points will go to Salty, Ayrton, Wereboy, Foxy, and will he be quick enough to take a point? Manitin here, trying to unlap himself on
And this is the spot where this is the spot.
Here we
Let's
go.
see.
It's a huge moment for racing history. Can
As
Manitin
he
take
gets the
P15?
P15.
Big congratulations to Manitin, taking a point against all the odds. Awesome driving. So that's, you see, sometimes you just need to finish the race and you'll get a point.
Yeah,
It may
I
all
mean
look
every
grim on
point's
lap
crucial.
31 and suddenly you're back in the points and yeah, that can make all
Oh,
the
he's
difference.
risking
And
it.
he's risked it, but he's over.
Oh, kid, can't fault him. Can't fault him.
Nah, great drive.
Two brilliant overtakes in the last two laps. There, it was a tough battle from him. So
Yeah, more overtaken from Manatin in those last two laps than most of the rest of the race. Isaac, in ARL we pay points down to 15. So
yeah,
it's 30 for P1, 1 for fastest lap, and then it staggers down to 0, slightly slower than in real life. Yeah, it's good to know you're battling for points wherever you are, really.
unless you're 16 to 20.
Yeah, yeah, tough luck, I guess.
Bin Chicken though, big MVP of this race, I think.
Yeah, making a few cameos there. No idea who he is, but
Tazza got fastest lap as well. I didn't
he
realize that.
does. So maximum points on the weekend for old Tazza, and yeah, about a second quicker than anyone else as well.
Yeah,
So
Tazza had too much pace this race here, I think.
yeah,
So
phenomenal performance.
I mean, he gets plus 8 seconds thanks to the 3 second penalty. So over second.
Yeah, so it's a pretty big win, given he only had a few laps to do that, didn't he? And just flicking through the incidents on the stream in case anyone needs them. I don't know. You never know who might need them. And, checking out all the dirty drivers. Kev the gardener there, making a typical appearance here. And
Classic Kev.
can't trust the man. So I think we'll probably go to, I don't know, a very quick. No, we've got some cool transition scenes, so I might as well use them. Maybe go to an ad break and then see if we've got anyone who wants to do some interviews. So
Yeah.
stay posted. Watch an ad. Be cool. Alright, sorry about that brief intermission. We're back in business, and as always, we're looking to interview some hot shots from tonight's race. Let's get some insights, see what they all thought. So, just having a quick look down the list, and I feel like the first guy has to be Tazza. Didn't see much of him, so maybe you can describe his race to us.
Yeah, it was a
Um,
bit of a quiet race for him, I think. So
yeah, alright, I'll just chuck him up here now. Hopefully he's not talking to anyone. Tazza,
Oh,
welcome, you're in the box.
hello.
welcome, Tazza.
Hello, how are you, fellas?
Good, mate, how are you? That was a pretty flawless drive we just saw.
I've got to say, that was a good one.
No
So,
mistakes, led from start to
Jeff,
finish.
yeah, Jeff started telling me that there was rain coming, and I was like, oh god. And then he's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm like, bro, make up your mind.
Yeah, he's a bit of a problem, Jeff, isn't he? But
Yeah,
you seem to have mastered your old foe, the safety car, though. We didn't see you getting caught out this time.
yeah. It helps when you get traction. That's key. And the old throttle glitch that kind of helped me there because it was like, especially on that second one, it gave us like safety car in very late, and I think everyone got caught out by that. And then it like throttle glitched me all the way to pretty much like the finish line, and everyone was going slow. And then I was like, just boom, going. So
Oh, we just thought you were really clever because it looked like you'd left it to the last minute, but I
the,
know the
the
footage
first one
dropped
was me. The
games.
second one was more throttle glitch for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit rough, isn't it? But you handled it well, and yeah, awesome performance. Maximum points, fastest lap as well by a second.
Oh, did I get fastest lap?
You
Yeah,
did
you got
by
fastest
a
lap.
full
Yeah.
Oh, I
second.
thought,
So
yeah, I was on a ringer on the meds, and then the safety car came out and cancelled my lap. I thought I lost it, but oh, cool,
yeah,
awesome.
no, big
That
fun
was a good
weekend. So
race. That was
yeah,
actually
yeah,
a lot of fun. I thought SGN, like Ripper race for SGN, I must admit, and Shinudi, and I
yeah.
mean Robbie and Kev did very good as well.
Yeah, Kev always
Um,
appears at the top, but yeah, SGN was, you don't normally like if you hadn't been there, he would have just done exactly what you did.
oh,
Top into the
absolutely.
lead, and
It was,
that, you
Yeah.
just sort of overshadowed him.
once we both settled in on like both tire compounds, even the wets, like the inters, I got a couple of seconds, and then once we settled in, we were actually very close on pace. Like there was a tenth or two in it at most. So yeah, I think it's going to be good going forward. He's going to be another quick one.
We'll look forward to that battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely,
sure.
definitely.
Me too.
I mean, you're on 2 warnings, weren't you, towards the end there? Were you a bit scared coming into the last few laps?
I was. The rain. I picked up my second one, like typical, same that turn 2 going up the left there, up the hill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like riding that curb, so kept giving me penalty warnings, and I was like, go away, please. And so I just did a no curb race for the rest. So I just kept it.
We got
clean.
in a little bit of trouble for outing your penalties from your race engineer, I think, but I think we're off the hook. I think all is forgiven.
Wait, who? What?
I don't know. Someone in chat asked us to stop showing the penalty.
Oh,
I think
my
we
race
took it away
engineer
by
was
the winter.
Reblerts, so
Oh, it wasn't Rebler's.
We-
Okay, someone's been advocating for you.
no, it's all good. Me and Reblerts just sat in gaming channel, so it's all good. That's all right. I don't mind.
All right. Well, thanks very much for your time, mate. We'll let
Thank
you go.
you, boys.
Good driving.
Enjoy. Thank you for that.
Have a good night.
You too, Bruce. See it.
And next on the
I'll
list.
kick myself.
Thank you. We should just start asking people to, let the door hit them on the way out.
Yeah.
Next up, I'll get SGN in and see if he's got any wisdom to share with us. So, SGN, if you're listening to the stream, this is your 3-second warning to stop doing anything incriminating. SGN, you've been dragged. You are now in the commentary box. Are you there?
How are we?
Hey, mate, we're good. How are you? That was a pretty great drive.
Yeah, man, pretty good, pretty good. Bit stoked, obviously, after that race in the rain, but it was a good race overall.
Awesome. And do you think you could have got Tazza given a chance? Or are you just too quick tonight?
He is a very quick guy around the track, but no, that penalty sort of cemented it for me down in Sector 2. So after that, I was like, yeah, just do my own race sort of thing.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I mean, Tazza was on 2 warnings, though, towards the end. Do you think you could have kept it close enough to make it viable there?
That's what I tried to. I tried to force an error after the restart towards the end, but he just got a bit of a gap, and I just decided to play it safe.
we saw you putting him under pressure into turn 1 on that restart. It was good
Yeah,
to see,
no.
but yeah, after that he just sort of drove away a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, his overall pace is a bit too quick, so I just decided to play it safe this round. But overall, pretty happy.
And other thing I want to know about you after the safety car, you were stuck behind a few guys on the older meds, and we were sort of not sure. Were you thinking aggressively there, or were you just thinking these guys are going to pit and get out of my way? Because they held on until the rain came out eventually, and they seemed to be holding up quite a lot.
Yeah, I thought they were going to pit, so I thought just to take it a bit easy, but I did try and get one of them on the restart, but there was a bit of a weird exchange between Salty and Rudy, so I'm not too sure what happened.
Yeah, got boxed out.
Yeah, so otherwise, yeah, I was hoping they were going to pit and it was going to be easy, but yeah.
Well, you brought it back. Comfortable P2 in the end, so yeah, great race, mate.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Catch up.
Alright. He showed himself the door. Fantastic. They're learning. And who did we see in P3 there? I feel like, was it Xander?
Was it Xander?
Oh, I can't remember.
I think it was Xander.
I've
Oh,
already
no,
got...
Shinudi, was it?
Was it
Shinudi?
Shinudi? Might have been Shinudi. Shinudi's a strong candidate.
Someone in chat might be able to let us know.
Oh, if we've got any fan favourites, if anyone would like...
Oh, Kev looks keen.
Oh, Kev looks very keen. Okay, let's bring up the Kev. I mean, he can drag himself. He's probably
I got him
something
for
a
you.
bit to do.
I think. Nope, I don't got him.
I got him. Kev.
Here we go. I was waiting for this.
We saw. We thought we'd see if anyone in chat was making any requests, and we saw you requesting yourself. So here you are. Good race,
That was-
mate. Once again, out of
Thank-
nowhere, Kevin to P5.
Thank you. Kev was sneaky.
Yeah, you always seem to come up there out of nowhere. I'm curious how you always seem to just sneak up there.
Just consistency. I'm not fast, but I do the same lap over and over again. If I didn't hit it wholly and take my wing early, that would have helped me a lot. But oh well, good recovery.
Well, that was a bit of a unfortunate one, wasn't it?
Yeah, we saw that one. Definitely saw that one.
It's the slowest spin in the world from him.
You'll be pleased to know that he didn't take any damage from that either and kept trying.
Yeah, I know. I know. I came out of the pits and he was like 30 seconds ahead of me. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, so bit unfortunate there, but yeah.
Standard damage. He deserves side pod for that, I reckon.
I don't think we have it on, do we? It's just front
Yeah,
and
reduce standards.
Cat.
Standard reduce something.
Yeah, we're very
How was the race though? How was it?
It was a pretty fantastic race, to be honest. We had a lot
Yeah.
of fun coming. Yeah.
It was fantastic from P2 back.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, yeah.
Tazza kind of drove off into the sunset a little bit, but
Yeah.
we
Any
saw some
updates from
great
Tazza
racing.
if he can change his work shift or any word on that when he was in the commentary box?
Don't know what you're talking about. Didn't ask.
Yeah.
But,
Get him up. Get him up.
Oh yeah, you think he's is Alpine looking for a driver tomorrow?
Yeah, I think they are actually.
I hope he might fill in tomorrow. See what happens. I guess.
It'd be good to see Tazza drive it up. He,
Give him a challenge.
yeah, hopefully someone will stick it to him.
Hopefully.
But,
Take him back a couple pegs, you know.
so
That's it, what he's
anyone,
like. He's about 70 points ahead of in the standings now after that win.
yeah, he's looking pretty untouchable there at the moment, isn't he? So
Yeah,
big
he's
season
good.
for him. Yeah, he's putting a lot of effort, so it's paying off for him. But back on you. You know the people that I want to hear from. You got any shout outs you want to make? Any last words you want to say before we end the stream, Kev?
I was just wondering if Tazza called me El Tortuga again. Did he give,
No,
give me-
he didn't. I did.
didn't give
but-
me a nickname drop? Did you say me? I was defending good on drummer there. There was a bee in his bonnet the end of the race.
Yeah, no, I tried not to watch you too much because that threat about burning down my house if I cursed you lingered in my mind. So
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You cursed me with a sweater, sweating bullets by the end there.
well, thank you everyone very much for joining us. We will be back tomorrow night, Wednesday night with Prodigy Division. Myself and Flukesy will be racing. Might see Kev the Gardener in the box if we're lucky. And hope to see you there. 8 PM is the time. See you there.